gratifications of theme park employees' social posts. And just as an introduction, a brief bio about myself. I instruct social media marketing and social media listening at Clemson University. I'm the Associate Director for the Social Media Listening Center. It's a research lab that's dedicated to analyzing, researching, and publishing social listening insights. We do a lot of work on disinformation, but my specific research area includes a social media behavior of theme park guests in the tourism department.
And my name is Karen. I'm a PhD student here at the Rosen College, and my research is focused on social media and sustainability for attractions and destinations. So, all right. So when you think about motivations to use social media within academic research, it has been explored under people use it to find friends, to talk with their relatives, and talk to people with shared interests. Within tourism research, it has been used for tourism marketing, travel patterns, destination image, and then throughout the theme park context, it was more about emotions throughout visiting a theme park. So our goal here was to understand the use of the Instagram by the employees from the two major theme parks companies, so Disney and Universal. Why? Employee advocacy is actually the reason. So they already have that sort of program. They ask the workforce to promote their organization, and they do that anyway, offline and online. So they share the content about job posting, resources, product launches, and share these links about the company culture. However, that can actually help the organization to organic reach a broader audience and create awareness about it, and also improve in staff recruitment and retention and engagement, because as we know, people trust more about their friends and relatives than just advertising. So we want to understand that more so organizations can actually leverage it.
So when you talk about the social media employee advocacy program, Universal Studios has their program, which is used with the hashtag UOTM, which stands for Universal Orlando Team Member. And Disney World and Disney Properties have their hashtag cast member, and employees use these hashtags to display their work life, their lived experience of what it's like to be an employee at these theme parks. On the right, you're right. And we see UOTM, and you see these Universal Orlando employees sharing posts about their work experience and what it's like to be a Universal Orlando team member. And then on the left, you may see some pictures of the architecture, some character meet and greets, the famous purple wall, the casting agency, and some outfits, some fun outfits. And in 2019, we saw with the hashtag castmember, there were 36,000 Instagram posts with UOTM with 2,000 Instagram posts. So there's a distinct difference in the volume of the hashtag usage and the frequency. In 2022, we're right now, this year, 21,000, 22,000 round up, and 1.2 thousand Instagram posts. Then we have the top themes within these hashtags. These top 6 themes are the commonly used keywords and key phrases used with hashtag UOTM or hashtag castmember. All this is generated through AI, through the software at the Social Media Listening Center. And looking through the past 4 years, 2019 to 2022, we see castmember had a peak. The hashtag castmember had a peak of frequency during the year of the pandemic. This could be used for further analysis. This could be because of the layoffs. People were missing the nostalgia. People were missing the experience while the park was closed. Then in 21 and 22, the volume has declined, and we see the stark difference in the use of UOTM and castmember with low volume on UOTM.
So if we think theoretically, uses in gratifications theory actually states that individuals have an active role in media consumption, and it tries to understand the needs, the motivations, and gratifications of these media users. And we also base that on this lived experience that Instagram provides. So individuals, they attach subject meaning to their behavior, and they would do that on their online behavior as well. So the social media posts they have about this employee advocacy are filled with that, and that's what we wanted to analyze with our research.
So I know that when I talk about social media listening, it happens all the time. People are very wary of it. What is social media listening? Facebook listens to me. Facebook, my phone listens to me. How does it work? Let me explain. We're not breaking any privacy error. We're not breaking any privacy boundaries. If you have a private account, you're totally fine. I can't see it. But if you have a public account, I can access it. So how I use social media listening is I type in the keywords such as hashtag cast member or hashtag UN or UOTM, and I'm able to mine millions of posts on Instagram within seconds and bring in every URL, bring in every caption, everything with that in the software. We use Sprinkler, which is a traditionally industry-used software. I know Universal Orlando, they use Sprinkler for their social media engagement. We use the same software for social media listening. We pulled the Instagram post because it is a photo video required sharing platform. And I typed in the hashtag cast member, and that did include hashtag cast member life. And we sampled 700 out of a 10,000 sample. We sampled 700, and 350 of those had the hashtag cast member and 350 of it had hashtag UOTM. And we went through these 700 posts, went to the original URL, and did open coding and constant comparison, and then we developed core themes around all 700 posts. So yes, we hand coded all 700 posts. We did. This was not AI. This was not programmed in any way. It was a long time, and that's the reason why we didn't code all 10,000. It was a long time. And then we analyzed the multimodal segments, which provides the photo and the text. I know that majority of you know what Instagram is. So Instagram is required to have that media, but in previous literature, and a lot of literature about social media, it uses text analysis, only understanding the sentiment around the text. But multimodal is focusing on the text in addition to the media. And that is important to understand the main component and main focus of the post. So on to the results. We saw in the results out of 750, or 700, 350 on each side, UOTM and cast member. I highlighted the most significant ones where we saw partake in leisure. The partake in leisure code in that theme was most significant with cast member, hashtag cast member, with 119 Instagram posts discussing partaking in leisure. Those are photos that are discussing, I'm at the park, I'm going on a cruise, I am in line to meet a character. These are not posts with name tags. These are actual cast members discussing and sharing their experience in any of the Disney properties, in any of the Disney attractions, on cruise ships, on going to the resorts, anything like that. This is them actively engaged with the leisure components. Then moving down to, I'll stay with the cast member trend right now, park purchasing, where we saw a significant difference between park purchasing with cast member and UOTM, park purchasing with cast member 41, UOTM 14, where cast members were discussing, I am purchasing these products in the park, I am engaged, I'm not only a cast member, but I am a customer as well. Then going down to miscellaneous, where we did see miscellaneous cast member gathered movie-related content because there are cast members in movies. We saw some movie sets, we saw scripts, things like that, some behind-the-scenes footage. Now going back to Universal Studios and the most distinct difference between the two when it comes to the study. Work life, we saw 103 posts discussing their work life, which going to the code on the left, the work life includes images and captions regarding work, coworkers, and experience with guests. These are Universal Orlando team members that are posting, I'm going to work today with them wearing their name tag, or posting a photo of them at the guest services count desk, or at the tent, or them in their costume, or anything like this. These are them actively at work and discussing that they are engaged with their coworkers. Moving on to the distinct difference with partaking in leisure, this is an example from Disney World cast member where she is on a cruise, and then work life, we're at Universal Orlando, and how they are posting more about their work life.
So, what we can take for that? That basically the cast members are showcasing more of the benefits and like their employment benefits and perks of being part of the team. And then that Instagram can be an actually effective electronic word of mouth for provide resources for future guests as well as potential employees. And then we just wanted to highlight that actually the Disney College program was in the top 6 in 2019, and it might need some love for the future because it kind of like it just disappeared from the current trends. And for the Universal Orlando team members, they provide a lot of these experience about the excitement behind the scenes in the group, like their co-workers and these like lived experience of their work life. And that can also be a really good recruitment tool for new team members. So again, social media employee advocacy strategy remains important. The company should keep focusing on it. We provide just like future studies that could analyze why these data changed throughout the pandemic, while the park was closed, and then future studies could analyze these employee advocacy in other theme parks. We picked the bigger ones, but of course that's important in other ones too. And then just design further thematic analysis to understand other common phrases, influencers within the companies, and
Hi, as somebody who's really passionate about employee experience in theme parks, this was really enlightening to see. I was wondering if you saw a really strong positive or negative connotation, and I was wondering if you could maybe infer that from Universal Orlando team members posting more about their work life. It meant they were more satisfied with their work there instead of more focusing on the benefits of working there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. We can do sentiment analysis and emotional analysis if we want to, but all of the posts that we have seen were very positive in nature because it's really the nature of the beast when it comes to Instagram and photo sharing. You post the best parts of your life, right? And nobody's going to post, I hate my job on social media, especially when it comes to public profiles. But yes, that's an additional way that we can analysis if we want to. But right now, everything that we did see was generally positive.
Hi. Did you consider each company's social media policy when analyzing this? Because I know there are some differences between the two.
Yeah, absolutely. We did consider that, and every post that we saw was replicable in each park. So we did not see any behind the scenes footage at any park. We didn't see characters, I said characters when it came to the cast member in the movies, but we didn't see any character heads off or anything like that. But all of the work life posts were things that were on stage and were on maybe behind the counter or even in the office. There were a lot of corporate office pictures as well.
or people who took pictures for them.
Yes, that was also important when it came down to like a photographer friend coming into the park, taking pictures of them. They then received the picture somehow and uploaded it. Yeah, and then we connected that picture with the profile image to ensure that that's the same person.
Hello. Hello. A couple of points and then I guess a question, but I think the relevant point about the social media policies with the companies is I think it probably skews that everything's going to be positive because anything negative is like specifically and strictly like not allowed and like a fireable offense, like who can get fired for not posting the right thing. Another, I guess, thought you said you might look further into themes. I noticed a difference in the types of roles that we're posting. One of your slides had like all entertainment team members for Universal, for example, versus like all operations team members for Disney. So that's an interesting distinction. And then a question going forward, like, did you find a little bit of variance in that UOTM would be specifically Orlando, whereas cast member could ostensibly be any Disney property all over the world. So that might be some different things as well.
Yeah, we definitely thought about that. We could have, this is an afterthought, we could have narrowed the Instagram post to just tagged locations, but that would narrowed the Instagram post very significantly down, even lower than UOTM. And I don't know if it would have had the best result, but yes, that's definitely a thing that we could consider. We did see a few Disneyland Paris, which that brings in a whole another perspective of culture, right? That we